Okay. Oh man. I guess the only way we could start it off right now is to just recap the event first. And then I want to point out things that obviously stuck out to me. I want to point out positives as well, if I could. I do have one that I just grabbed. Thank you to Stiz. Let's look at something that is just a pattern with battle rap events, and that is late start times. I do not understand it. You know, with UFC events or sports events or theater or concerts, most of the time it starts on time. With battle rap, all the time it doesn't start on time. Mostly every single battle rap event that ever starts ever in my stream, if you're a day oneer or somebody's been watching a few of the watch parties that I've done, it is an inside joke to ask my chat after it had already been 45 minutes since the event was going to start, what time do you think this event is going to start? It's just always late, and it's an inside joke where it's a game that I play with people while I'm live. I wonder when this event is going to start. I wonder when that's going to happen. This event started 3 hours late. So it was supposed to start at 4 p.m. Eastern. It didn't start till 7 o'clock. That, for anything, is just uncalled for. It's just uncalled for. There are so many people that purchase things because they think it's going to start at a certain time, and maybe they have shit to do later that they won't be able to get to because, you know, they just said 4 and it's 7 o'clock, right? So we were 3 hours late for this. The commentators, let's talk about the commentators. One of the microphones was broken the entire time. Nobody really cared to go after that, but it's just like, you know, when something is made 5 months in advance and for it to look like such a scramble and just such a thing that they're just trying to do as the day is going along and not just having it planned out, it just takes away from the experience. And the commentators were, you know, funny at times, but just so unprofessional. Battle rap is so unbelievably unprofessional. It never ceases to amaze me how unprofessional battle rap is. I don't understand it. And I'll get to the video of Av you know, talking about explaining what happened. I'll get into that later, but I just want to talk about the event as a whole. It just took way too long. 4 of the 6 fights didn't happen, and then the fights themselves were 3 minutes long. So the rounds were only 1 minute apiece. 3 rounds, and we got to see the first. Was it Don Lady and Tony Block? And I don't know who those two were. Obviously, it was not that interesting of a fight. It was just 2 females that don't really know how to throw their hands. But the fact that it took 3 hours to get there, it just made it even harder to watch. And then there was another 1 hour intermission between then. So I've been streaming, just to give you an example, I've been streaming from the time that the fights were supposed to start till now. I've been streaming for 4 hours and 22 minutes. We watched 4 minutes of boxing. We watched around 4 to 5 minutes of boxing in a 4.5 hour stream that costed people money. And it's just super uncalled for. Now, in the event of it being unprofessional, that is on Suge's part. You have to, if you're going to run an event and you're going to do something like this, as bold as this, you need to be more prepared, right? So the lateness was more on Suge's part. If he didn't, you know, he should have known that people were supposed to get medical clearance first. Maybe that should have happened the night before, or maybe it has to happen today. If it happens today, then don't say the pay-per-view starts at 4, say it starts at 7, say it starts at 8. Give yourself time, because it's just too often that this happens with battle rap events. So that part, you kind of have to do on Suge. If it's your event and your event is 3 hours late, you can't put it on anybody but yourself, right? But when it comes to things like cancellations, and when it comes to things like battlers not showing up when they're supposed to be, Once again, battle rappers are the most unprofessional entertainers on earth. I know that from experience. I know that from being on cards. I know that from trying to do business with them. Battle rappers are terrible. Snake Eyes vs. Stumbles got canceled because Stumbles apparently said that he couldn't, in the last 24 to 48 to 72 hours, couldn't travel from New York to New Jersey. So in an entire weekend given, or if you just gave somebody 24 hours, Stumbles couldn't plane, train, bus, car, Uber, Lyft, friend to the venue that is only probably around 45 minutes to an hour away. Couldn't make it. Couldn't do it. Which is literal bullshit. It's actual bullshit. And I said this while the stream was going on and the fights were going on, and I'll just say it now, man, bro. I'm not saying that him jumping Snake wasn't uncalled for. It's not like Stumbles ordered them to jump him. Obviously, Snake Eyes mushed somebody in the face. When you mush somebody in the face, it is no longer about battle rap. It is about you physically putting your hands on somebody, and what that person decides to do and the people around him that decide to do is not on the actual person that you mushed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it wasn't Warner, or like it wasn't, nor am I saying Snake Eyes deserved to get jumped, right? But you jumped that man and you can't show up for the fade? You can't show up for the sanctioned fade, and your reasoning is you can't make it from New York to New Jersey in the year 2024? There wasn't a single person that could have paid for your Uber? There isn't a single friend that could have drove you? Do you know how close New York is from New Jersey? Do you know how close that is? You couldn't get a ride? Bro, you couldn't get a ride to your fight that you were obligated and contractually to go to? Oh my God, dude. Can someone please put Av's explanation to 15 minutes of fame in a nutshell so I don't get copywritten? I don't want to play 15 minutes of fame and get copywritten. Kind of want to keep this. Can somebody please nutshell? Has anyone watched Av explaining it? And can somebody tell me in a nutshell what it is that happened, because I want to speak on Av next. Ain't he from CT? How he get from, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Wherever you're supposed to get there. High blood pressure. Is that what he said? His blood pressure was too, that's what he said in the 15 minutes of fame interview? Matter of fact, let's do this in real time. I'm kind of going to put this on Av. I'm sorry. I have to put this on Av. And I just have to, because listen, I can't tell if Av gained weight, or I can't tell if Av lost weight, right? But I should be able to. The match, when I verbally agreed to fighting Muslim Poppy, I lost 7 pounds in a week and a half. The only reason why I lost 7 pounds in a week and a half is because I knew that I was about to box in 5 months, and I knew my obligations. I knew what it took, and I immediately started training, right? There is no way that Av has been vigorously training and dieting for 5 months. There's no way that Av hasn't been vigorously training and dieting. By the way, I'm not saying this because I feel like saying it. This is what you're supposed to do. Obligation, responsibility, okay? If Av was working out vigorously and training for months, you would see it. You would tell. I can't tell looking at that Av interview is if he's lost weight. You know what I'm saying? Av has always looked like a heavy dude. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I can look at him in that interview and not tell if he's lost any weight, I'm sorry, bro. I got to put that on you. If you have 5 months to train, Av could have looked ripped. Do we not see how, and you know what a perfect example of that is? Shotgun Suge. Shotgun Suge is heavy. Shotgun Suge is a big dude. Shotgun Suge is a big dude. I'm sure his blood pressure wasn't super high because he's been training every day. He's been dieting every day. I don't know if Av has been dieting and working out and training every single day. I don't know if, one, he would look like that, and two, he would have the high blood pressure. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. If Av works out for 2 months, 2 months, bro, for just 2 months, calorie deficit, running every single day, working out every single day, he does not get medically cleared. Bonnie and 40, I have no idea. I have no idea why that didn't go down. Stiz and O-Red, I have no idea why that didn't go down. I would imagine O-Red canceled. So we had like 5 cancellations. And then, Fetty and Top Floor Loot doesn't happen. But then, and here, let's go to the positive part of this, right? Fetty and Stiz fight. We got 2 minutes of something that should have been the whole thing. As much as I don't ever want to trust or pay for a battle rap boxing event ever again, or ever put money into anything ever again that's battle rap boxing related, what you have to understand is, yeah, I mean, all of them failing physicals, that means you didn't prepare to be a boxer. That's it. That's it. That's all that is. That's all that is. Unless Bonnie failed the physical because she was recently gave birth or something, or she had a kid. Nobody is that out of shape and was training for 4 to 5 months that can't pass a physical to box. That's what I'm talking. The obligation as a person to know what you're signing up for and know what you're doing that you're getting paid to do. That's what that is. What we saw in Stiz and Fettuccine 20 is something that is worth that money, but you need responsible people to be on the card. You mean to tell me 4 people got tapped for high blood pressure and that's just a random occurrence? No, you had to get in shape. You should have got in shape. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's no high blood pressure if you're fucking ripped and have been training for 4 months. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. But the Fettuccine 20 and Stiz, that's worth the money right there. That's worth the money. We just need that 5 more times by responsible people that are willing to fight, that want to fight and know that when you sign a contract to fight, you got to go crazy. You got to go crazy in the gym. You got to go hard on your diet. You got to go super, super strict. You got to change your life. If you're not a regularly fit person, you got to change your whole everything, bro. You can't just fuck around and then walk in and think you're going to get medically cleared to fight. It's not happening. My blood pressure's building. My blood pressure's building. You know how quick you lose weight when you get serious? Fuck yeah, bro. Like I said, real fact. When I verbally booked when me and Muslim Poppy verbally agreed to fight, I immediately lost 7 pounds. I'm talking immediately, week and a half, 2 weeks, because I immediately changed my diet. I immediately went outside in the back and was pulling sled, and then I immediately went into my garage and was hitting heavy bags and doing 45-hour long workouts and pounding water and you know what I'm saying? Like, because I knew you have to be a boxer to box. You have to train like a boxer. You have to eat like a boxer. You have to do all of that. And when you have so much weight, you heard exactly. It's so easy to lose it. Does Av in that interview, and I'm not trying to go crazy on Av, but does Av in that interview look like he's been working out for 5 months? No. Nope. I can't tell if Av lost weight in that interview. And they booked this 5 months in advance. You know what's a good example of somebody that looks like they lost weight? Shotgun Suge. Shotgun Suge. Showing you 5 days a week, 4 days a week, videos of him training, of him sweating. He passed it and he's heavy. He's a heavy dude. He's still got a lot of fat on him. Why doesn't he have high blood pressure? You know why he doesn't have high blood pressure? Because he's working out and he's eating good and he's drinking a lot of water and he's running and you'll get your blood pressure down. I mean, dude, if we had Stiz versus Fettuccine 20 6 times, that's the best event I've ever seen in my life. It was so fun. Stiz doesn't need to be a professional boxer. Fettuccine's punches were making me laugh. Like, it was just, that was amazing. And it only lasted 2 to 3 minutes. Make it 4 to 5 rounds, 2-minute rounds. Get a bunch of people that you know are gonna work out or are already in shape and won't, fail a blood pressure test, which you'd only fail if you're not training, bro. If you're not training. Oh my God, the girls leave it up to the females to stop. Sorry, Peggy. Sorry, Mama Ward. But leave it up to the females in the middle of a boxing fight to put the gloves down to yell at each other. Leave it up to the females. Literally yelling at each other in a boxing ring.